John Rhodes. Oh, yes! Yes! What a goal! Payton, the hat-trick! Yeah! Oh, what a goal, what a great goal. A chance here for Mellon. Oh, what a goal, Mickey Mellon!
Well, last season, Burnley Football Club struggled. They put in a good run at the end of the season and managed to stay up in Division 2. But prior to that, Stan Ternent had offered to resign from the football club. Things weren't going well. He felt it was a matter of honour. The chairman, Barry Kilby, in an act of faith, said, no way. We want you at this football club and we want the club to go forward. And that act of faith has shown to be the right thing to do.
I think it's vital that we do get into the, the top 2 divisions of the country. The gap's ever widening. We've been down in the bottom 2 divisions of the country now for sort of the last 20 years. And it's really important now that we make that jump, or it may get too wide. So we're putting a lot of time, money, effort in this to get over that bridge and get into the top 2 divisions of the country.
Point away from home's always a reasonable start to the season at Wycombe.
At Wycombe, yeah. As I recall it, we struggled in the first half, played particularly well in the second half. I changed it around a couple of times, and Andy Cook got a good header for us. So it was a pretty good start for us down there, because the club's past record there hadn't been very good in terms of results. So it was a very reasonable start for us, yeah.
Lawrence with another good header for Wycombe. Thomas wins this one for Burnley. McCarthy comes through from the back, and ball helped on by Keith Ryan, finds McSporran. He's faced by Thomas. He cuts inside looking for an opening, and a good effort on goal. It's there, McSporran! What a way to open the account! Thomas on ball forward, looking for Lee again. He heads on. Payton is in behind Jamie Bates. He's fall in, clears the head of everyone, and it's gone in. Super Martin Taylor was unfortunately rooted to the spot and left a bit flat-footed.
It must have been dismaying, however, to play your second game against Manchester City and concede 5.
That was at Main Road, wasn't it? Yeah. Well, that wasn't a true reflection on the match in my view, but unfortunately for us, Man City have had the sign on us over this last couple of seasons.
What did you think though then? Do you think, crikey, let's hope that this doesn't dent our
No, not really, because we played pretty well in general, and that outside left assigned Kennedy scored a couple of fantastic goals with his one with his right foot where he came in. I remember that one, and he curled it right in the top corner and that. So, although it was a disappointment to lose so heavily, it wasn't that bad a performance overall.
You then came back and played against Chesterfield. Now, nobody knew that Chesterfield were going to struggle, and they're always a difficult team to play against, so to get 3 points against them was a good result from your point of view.
I can't remember that one very well, to be fair. Chesterfield are always a tough side, and John's done very well there. Okay, this season they're down there. He's lost, he sold Matty Holland to Bristol City, and one or two other players who he's without, so again, we won, and that was important, you know, to win the first league game at home.
For Chesterfield, he just glided past his marker.
And on this near side again for Burnley. Too far for Ronnie. And the ball balloon high. John Rose heads down. Oop. That was a claim for a penalty. Now then, it's a long time since we saw a penalty here at the Turf, Ray. I think it was against Blackpool.
Yep, but it certainly was a handball, and the linesman was in full view of it, and he's given
And
it.
the Chesterfield players obviously remonstrated with the referee. It won't do him any good. This penalty will be taken by Payton. 1-0.
Well, that's a tremendous penalty, that. That's the way to knock a ball in the back of the net from 12 yards from the spot. Andy Payton went up and he lashed the ball in the back of the net there, giving the keeper no chance whatsoever.
So Andy Cook last week, Andy Payton this week. Paul Cook. Armstrong floats it in, and oh, goal! Lenny John Rhodes. Wonderful.
Well, a terrific header there from Lenny John Rose. Find the bottom corner of the right hand to the keeper's left there. Instead of turning back, it would have been a bit more dangerous. But he's a try, he's a battler, he's 100% there, you know. But he just looks at one pace. And for a forward, I'd just like to see one with a bit more pace than that. But time will tell. Well, there's a scare there, great crosser. Right across Burnley's box there, and it was just scooped over there by Simpkins there.
Only as far as Hewitt for Chesterfield. Short ball. John Rose wins it. Oh, good ball. Now then Lee. Oh, and he shoots wide, Alan Lee. Now then, a bit of opening there. Left foot pile driver. Well, it wasn't a bad effort. Well, he got a cheer as he ran up and down the line, Glenn Little. I wonder if he's going to be the final substitute. What's happening here? Penalty.
Well, the referee's give a penalty here, and
well, David Rees steps up and he pulls one back for Chesterfield. And that's really what Burnley didn't want. I was basically looking at the Burnley substitute, Glenn Little, wondering whether he was about to come on when Burnley, well, gave away a penalty. So there it is, 2-1 scoreline.
But he's on that right-hand side now, and I think that's where he's at his most dangerous, certainly, when I've seen him play. And it's his favourite. A nice shot by Gordon Armstrong there. He crossed the halfway line. I don't think he had his passport in his hand to do that, but 35 yard and it whistled over the top.
Williams, cut out by Cowan, played along for Cook, but it's not going to reach him. The goalkeeper, Lehman's going to collect this one. He will launch it, and that's it. That's a great win over Chesterfield, a team very hard to beat. Payton from the spot, and of course, Lenny John Rose, and a consolation for the visitors, Reeves.
They came to spoil it, I think, sometimes. Chesterfield are the away draw specialists, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they came to spoil it, I think. But I think we dug in. It wasn't a total football exhibition, but it was a workmanlike performance, and luckily enough we went 2-0 up. And they didn't really get in it except for the penalty. I don't think they had a few chances, a few headers, but I thought the defence held out very well indeed.
Change of formation again. No wide players as the fans were looking on today. Does that worry you, or the lads that are in the starting lineup?
I think it worries a lot of people that we've not played a set-up formation, but I think that'll come. I mean, obviously it's got to. I think we'll get a system where we'll stick to it and we'll be good at it, and I think it'll bring results.
No, we don't usually get penalties at Burnley. It's a very rare thing. Today we got one, and Andy Payton banged it on.
Smashed it in, yeah. I think the lad's been a little bit unfortunate. He's bounced up, but it is clearly handballed it, and it's just one of those things, and Pates has whacked it in, yeah.
And then a minute after that, of course, you got your second for the club.
Yes, to be honest, I can't remember who put the ball in.
I think it was Paul Cook, actually.
Was it?
Yeah.
I think he was out wide, and I just had to get in front of the centre half and just try and hit the target. That's what I did.
You've got quite a few local derbies in this neck of the woods, and one of them was away to Oldham, and you managed to win it by 1-0.
Yeah, we played really well that day, and we should have won by more. But you're always on the edge of your seat, you know, when there's only one in it. But we did play particularly well that day.
This afternoon, maybe, just maybe, they can turn that dreadful statistic round. One man who has scored goals at all levels is Andy Payton, and here's an early chance for him. Kelly with the stop. It will fall though again for Dean West, who drives the ball just over. It's a useful position for a free kick. And that's not too far away as Crichton gets a hand to the ball as it went through. They've had very little in this first 270 minutes of the new season. Payton at the other end, though, does get a break and manages to get the first goal here at this game. Well, after having the chance after 30 seconds that Kelly did ever so well to keep out, he does a little better from the second clear opportunity for him in this game. David McNiven with a loose ball that's left down, and it's not too far away from the twin brother of Scott, whose dipping shot just goes onto the roof of the net. Alan Lee. Thomas with the clearance that Branch is onside for. It's one-on-one now with Kelly. This could be game, set and match. But Graham Branch, after defeating Kelly, also managed to defeat the far right-hand post.
Brought Manchester City back here, lost by just 1-0, so that's in some ways.
I remember that. Terry Cook fluking the one in, tried to cross it, and it went across Crichton in the top corner. That was a marked improvement from the last time they were here, when it was about 6 in them transitional days. So that was a pretty good match, but unfortunately for us, the tie had gone in the first leg of it.
Brass played it wide. Little plays it in. Big cross, first time cross from Little on the left, and nearly a goal from 6 yards. Armstrong was nearly there again by Cowan, and still City come away with Michael Brown. Cross which looks for Thomas's head. Cook, and that's the first line, and Cook from the edge of the 6-yard box floats it over Paul Crichton's head, and that's 1-0 to City on the night and 6-0 on aggregate. Yeah, it might be, dear, but I don't think he actually meant that. I think if you look back at the video, you'll see that was a cross and not a shot there. It'll be a case of now who we can pick for Saturday. Saturday, Stoke City here at the Turf, a 3 o'clock kick-off, and Grant, oh, that was on its way. Stephen Grant from outside the area, and just a palm over from Nicky Weaver, and that was probably Burnley's best chance. Literally, I would think, seconds remaining. And the ball comes in, oh, off the line, believe it or not, that was a Jepson header. Could have been one apiece. Yep, and just as it's headed off the line, referee blows over full time. I'll be quite happy with that, though. A 1-0.
Stoke City then at home, a 1-0 victory there, and that's been a feature of your season, that no goals against, hasn't it?
Well, I think that it's a team game, you know, but we're more difficult to score against now, and we've always had a facility in the side to score goals. Stoke a fancied side, they'll be thereabouts, so that was a big win for us.
It's going to be a battle royal between Connor and Mitchell Thomas. And Thorne, of course, he's only used that horrible pun, but he has been, I didn't say it, in our side. Oh, well, Turk!
And Payton to the back line! Oh, goodness me! From 6 yards!
if you were a substitute now, David, you just want to get the nod from... A lovely flick there by Branchy into Andy Payton. Oh, yes!
He's done it! We knew he'd do it, and he's done it, and my goodness, he's deserved it.
A goal really out of nothing that Branchy flicked it on. Andy Payton had one stab at it, just couldn't get it round. And I'm not kidding you, that was me taking the breaths, wishing and blowing the ball over the line, and it just evaded Gavin Ward's fingertips. He got a fingertip to it, but it crept over the line.
And Burnley defending desperately here. Good defending by Graham Branch. Hey, that's it. Worked hard for it. A 1-0 win for Burnley. Andy Payton the saviour. And it's 3 glorious points for the Clarets. Into double figures, and we're still in August.
And then you went away to Bristol Rovers and suffered a 1-0 defeat. And they've done well this season.
Yeah, that was a nonsense, that though, because we had a referee in that game. He gave them a penalty. That was the goal they scored. It was a no-goal game, really, that. It was a tough match. And he booked 6 of ours, he booked 6 of theirs, and finished up by sending left back off 2 minutes from time. And the decision for the penalty was nonsensical, but it cost us 3 points.
Home to Bournemouth, then you won 2-1, and they're a decent little side as well. They'll give anybody a test.
Bournemouth are a very good side. Bournemouth will be thereabouts. That was a good game of football that day, but we did play well and we won the game.
Boxing Day, listen to me. Bank holiday Monday spoiled. We haven't got to Boxing Day yet. But you know exactly what I mean. A chance on here for Steen. He beats his marker. Shot comes in from Mark Steen, and Paul Crichton has it covered right on the goal line. His first attempt really couldn't get a stab at it, but the second time...
The unexpected so many times is just unbelievable.
Now the Mellon here. Mellon shot! Just wide of the uprights. Mickey Mellon, we all know he can shoot, and that's just an example. Yes, I think Paul Cook was ready, but I don't think the rest of the lads were. And unfortunately that was wasted, but a good challenge by Davis. Only falls to AFC Bournemouth. Jason Tindall can't get it now. Here's Andy Payton. Is he going to run there? Has got Little streaking on that far side. Inside right channel for the Clarets. It's still Little weaving, ducking and diving. Yes! What a goal!
Graham Branch. Well, great run from Andy Payton there. He slipped out to Glenn Little. Glenn tricked himself inside the fullback, crossed it, and Branchy scored. I bet you that's a relief off his mind.
A winger at its best. You've seen a classic goal here so far, and Graham Branch gets the goal. 39 minutes then, the Clarets take the lead. Glenn Little, the provider, and Graham Branch, the finisher. And Steen scored as we were celebrating the Clarets goal. The Bournemouth fans go mad in the cricket field stand. That is a shock. It's Ian Cox on a wee bit of a run. Stopped in by Paul Cook for Burnley. Now a brilliant ball to Andy Payton. Wide here for Glenn Little. And Little quick to cross. Brilliant cross. And Mellon, well, he just couldn't get his head to it. But we see how brilliant Glenn Little is on any wing. Cook with the free kick. Back post! And Steve Davis! What a goal!
Well, Dave, what can you say? From the free kick, Steve Davis headed in at the far post there. Always looked on, and now we've got to look at it now and say the next couple of minutes are crucial.
Warren plays it in for Day. Here we are, Day's on possession. Good return here. Oh, the ball runs through, and Crichton, that was a foul on Paul Crichton. That was Mark, well, I don't know who was on the Burnley goalkeeper, but certainly that was a foul on him. Back to Little, good ball too. Left foot cross! Oh, and that was John Rose going up there. Steve Davis got his usual position at the far post, and Steve Davis turns, shoots! And it's not a bad effort from Davis.
Well, he scored one, why not another? It was a superb shot from him. Only about 2 yards wide, but he got some power behind it. Everybody anxiously looking at the watches there. Stan and Sam on the touchline, just saying, keep it tight. 2 must go. And there's the final whistle. Well, that's a well-deserved win for Burnley. Absolutely superb. Good shape, good formation. Great win. Tomorrow morning you'll see Burnley FC at the top of the division.
I guess one of the tests is going away to clubs like Preston North End, who, like yourselves, have a good and loyal following, but one of the clubs who did well last season and would have been looking and are looking to go up this season.
Well, Preston will certainly be there or thereabouts this season. We went up to Deepdale and we set our stall out and we got a no-goal result, so I was quite pleased with that.
McKenna who's play allowed to continue. McKenna's badly hurt. Good advantage though. Here's Steve Basham. Still going Steve Basham. Shoots! Oh, just wide from Stevie Basham. Paul McKenna, meanwhile, is prostrate in his own goal.
That's not often you can say that about Steve Basham, is it? The ball was just slightly behind him.
Here's Andy Payne for the shot. Just stole away from Andy Payne.
Would have been ironic, wouldn't it? Absolutely. He's a big lad, and to be honest, any touch there from Davis, I think it would have been a goal.
Oh, there's Tepe again. Shades of Wigan, and is this going to be North End? Well, thankfully. In comes the cross. Chance. Shot coming in, over the board. Goal kick.
It's been furious. He got himself, he got for the front post delivery. And again, it was that long ball.
Here's Morak, and is this the chance? Big lash of eye, must be. Well, what do you have to do, Andy? He made absolutely no attempt for the ball.
Your word bottle was right.
Fortuitous break for Graham Branch. Tepe very nearly caught out on his near post, but he did well in the end.
And then you hit your biggest so far this season so far when you beat Colchester 3-0 here.
Colchester was a transitional period. The manager had resigned. Steve Whitten was in charge. Again, we played really well that day, and we took our chances, and we won that game comfortably.
And Burnley want to take a quickly taken free kick, but it's not happened. It's Paul Cook to Little. Little's cross. A brilliant one! Oh, what a goal! Andy Payton, and guess who scored it? Andy Payton.
Absolutely perfectly weighted ball. Cookie was quick to see the options. We had 2 men against 1. Westy and Glenn Little. Comes to Glenn Little, he looks up, curls it round, and we were right behind it, and as you saw it curl round, what did Andy Payton do? Glance it beyond the keeper. 1-0 to the Clarets.
Commiserations to Ronnie. We sadly missed here at Turf Moor. It's an opportunity there, and Crichton was going to dive, and Armstrong was in the way, and Colchester pulling their way back into this game and sprays the ball about there. Little. And now West, they're going to take him on. He crosses in, does West, a good header! Oh, the great save! Dean West cross, Andy Payton header, and a good save from Brown. Over the head of Branch to chase it. Branch come onto it. It's Graham Branch, penalty. He did right to fall, he did right because he had him beaten.
It had to be a penalty, David, had to be a penalty, and that's what we said about the ball. There really can be a defender's nightmare with the wind.
Simon Brown, the man he's got to beat from that penalty spot. And Andy Payton steps up. 2-0!
Why place them when you can absolutely blast them like that? No goalkeeper in England would have stood a chance at this.
But he redid it well, he got it going. And another man injured for Colchester down there. And Little, again, trying to switch the play for Branch here. Wide man to wide man. Still the Colchester man rolls around in agony. And Smith crosses, and Payton! A hat-trick! Andy Payton!
Well, we said it. We said it. There's a hat-trick in Andy Payton, and he goes and proves it right. By the way, they still have a man down injured from the tackle with Steve Davis. Branch held it up well, fed it back to Paul Smith, looked up, over there to Burton, control, in one, took it on, smacked it in, and there's a well-deserved Andy Payne, and he's just looked up to the heavens as much as say, thank you. On that instant, he looked to thank Paul Smith. That's a wonderful hat-trick, and I admire the bloke. You know, just chip it into my hand. But there was an awful big gap behind Crichton there to be lobbed, and what did he do? Well, the goalkeeper got the better of it, and he just gently... Here we go, David. Can Lee do anything here?
Alan Lee shoots! Over the top from Alan Lee, outside the area. Left foot strike from him. The effort there, great save from Crichton as they look for consolation. The ball played in by Aspinall from that corner. Mullen here, but again, another injured man for Colchester. Well, headed wide from 7 yards. Another opportunity gone begging for them, although they haven't had too many, it must be said. So an injury, and again the trainer's on again, right to the end here.
Yeah. And the crowd going into Whittle, the pass to Warren Aspinall, I've got to say, has responded well to it, making motions with his hands as though he's eating the pies, and the crowd, in all fairness again, have given it. And they've now gone to sumo. Oh, that's wonderful.
At this stage of the season, you will have been happy with the fact that you haven't had any injuries. That's been a feature all season. Have you been happy in particular with one area of the pitch up to now as the season has gone on?
Well, we've had our fair share of injuries. It's just that I've got a bigger squad, stronger squad, so I've been able to put various players in the side. I'm happy with the way the lads are applying themselves. I've changed the system a degree. I'm going 4-4-2 at the moment, but it can always revert back to 3-4-3, 5-3-2, 3-5-2, you know, whichever way, because it's important. We need to be able to play different ways. So I feel we're making steady progress.
And from that point of view, you obviously feel you've got the players who are intelligent enough to work out the system as they go along.
Well, no, don't work it out as we go along. We spend all week at Garthorpe going through it, you know, so they're aware of it. And depending on how other sides play, and depending on the state of the game, you know, whether we're in the ascendancy or perhaps we're under the cosh, or it's even Steven and we want to exert some pressure, or we want to take the sting out of the game, or whichever way up it has to be.
You then perhaps had the worst patch of your season so far. It sounds crazy, but you had 3 draws and a defeat there, which, by the standards that you've been going on previously, didn't bode too well at that stage. Bristol City away 0-0.
Well, that was a good result. It's a hard place to go, so we got a good point there.
A little untidy from the Bristol City defence, and they haven't yet cleared the danger. This is Thomas to West. First sustained spell of pressure really from the visitors. Little allowed to turn. Feeds Cook. He'll have a go from distance. Well, Phillips got everything behind the ball, and most important of all, he made sure it didn't bounce off his body to any on-rushing Burnley striker. Chance then for Bristol City. Tinian to take. Taylor! 1-0, is it? No, it's somehow stayed out. And Pinamonte unable to force it over the line. But Taylor so close to marking his 500th appearance with a goal. The header had beaten the keeper all ends up. The ricochet off the upright wasn't favourable. Jones not for the first time tangling with Davis. This time he's got the better of his man. Goodridge available wide right. Lavin gathering pace inside him. Goodridge going alone. Goodridge! Wonderful save. That really was top draw stuff. First of all, from the winger. He drilled his shot low. It was arrowing for the bottom corner, and Crichton stretched out a left hand to divert it.
Brentford home 2-2. They're a difficult side to play against.
Well, Brentford were flying at the time. We were coasting that game 2-0, 61, 62 minutes into the match. And Gordon made an error of judgment with a back pass. He didn't see their player. He was coming out, he played it to him, he had a 1-for-1, he put it past Paul Crichton. The second goal, we had a possession of the ball, and if I recall, Johnny Mullen was passing it on. Mickey Mullen won the 2 to 1 of ours. It hit the referee, went to their player, and he whacked it from about 40 yards straight over Paul Crichton. We finished up 2 each in a game we should have won.
That was certainly one of the goals of the season.
So that was an assist by the ref. Yes. But it was a circumstance that that was disappointing. That was a disappointing result because we deserved to win that game.
Davis, well, he got the header, but it went back of him. Now there's a chance on here for Brentford. He pulls it back, and that was what I could describe as a bad miss. Paul Evans there, and very, very bad miss. It's a remarkable run. Granted, it's in 2 divisions, but it's been done. Is it going to be undone this afternoon? Brentford are showing the initiative at the moment. Uhusu, shot from him is wide.
On the park, I wouldn't like to bet against it. I'm not a betting man anyway, Dave.
We don't like putting money on because we usually put a kiss of death on anything when we commentate, I can tell you. Anyway, that's a good win there. It's won by Andy Payton. Throw into the Clarets. Quickly taken by Little. Little again are looking to run at this defence. Going to get his work cut out with 2 on him, and he does it. Gets round him. A good cross. Payton! 1-0! Brilliant! Wing play. And the magic finisher, Andy Payton. 1-0.
Well, what a brilliant bit of play there from Glenn Little. What a save. He got to his feet. He mesmerised 2 players there. Went round them and struck a ball all off Andy Payton, who says, thank you very much. It's in the back of the net. 1-0 to Burnley.
We'll take it near side. Just under the TV gantry, which will be occupied next week by Mr. Sky himself with a 1 o'clock kickoff on Sunday. And the Clarets entertain Scunthorpe. Little plays it in. Good cross. Causing panic. 2-0. Cook.
Andy Cook scores the second goal there. Glenn Little again, another inch-perfect cross. It was just straight ahead of a Brentford defender. And Cookie just stole in there, nodded it down, his
interception was good by Armstrong, and well played from Gordon Armstrong there. There's Powell, who surges forward here. He really is, and on the right-hand side for Partridge, and Partridge cross. It's a good one. Oh, that's Evans again, who then again made rather a mess of it. Paul Evans didn't get anything right there. Here's Gordon Armstrong again. Oh dear! Now this could be a gift, and it's a gift which Gordon Armstrong wasn't really looking. Partridge pulls one back, and that was needless. Chance here for Cook, who shoots wide for the Clarets. And Burnley did well to get it back, bring it on in, and Paul Cook looking for his second for Burnley.
Yeah, I think he was lucky not to get booked there. He launched his cell in there, and I would have booked him. But the ref's been very, very lenient there, and that away just a free kick.
That took a deflection and caused problems. It's Mullin for Little now. Andy Payton's on the halfway line. Little puts it inside to him, but again it's taken away from him by Powell. Payton caught the man there. Mullin for the Clarets. The referee once again. Second time he's been. Oh, that's it. That's the equaliser which we dreaded, and Brentford aren't unbeaten in 24 for nothing. End of the game, Paul Cook with another corner for Burnley. The ball swirls across here, and Mullen, oh dear, from 8 yards, it's over. It's the last gasp winner if this one goes in, and a massive Brentford wall appears to try and block this one out. Paul Cook it is, hammers it against the wall. Mitchell Thomas can't get it down. Cook
And Cook can't get it the right pace on it, if you like, and I think that's it, Ray.
A lot of Burnley's success this season, Steve, has been based on the defence, your defence, along with your former colleague at Luton, Mitchell Thomas. It must be great to play alongside him.
Yeah, he's a quality player. He's been around, and he's sort of started off his Burnley career as he finished his Luton, you know, which was on top of his game. He's a good defender, got a lot of experience, and he's a vital part of the team.
And even more so the next game when you lost 2-1 at home to Scunthorpe United.
Yeah, that was one of those days, and we had enough chances to get something out of that, but we finished up losing the match 2-1 on the telly as well, wasn't it?
It's Paul Cook with the free kick. Mitchell Thomas, no one there for the layoff. Walker. Now Marcel. Played behind Okoa, but he still managed to get that one. And a few questions being asked in the Burnley defence. Davis and Thomas are both in there. Aim towards Steve Davis. Tipped onto the crossbar and cleared off the line. A vital touch from Perez. The first contribution he's really had to make in Scunthorpe's goal, and he just got enough on the header. There's been a fair old clear-out since last year. The squad has been honed down. And Payton here is through, and he's onside. And he's brought down right on the edge of the box. What does the referee do there?
He's off. Rob, I think he's the last defender. Andy Dawson should be off here. This would be interesting. He's going to talk to his linesman, the referee.
This is a nerve-wracking moment for the young defender. A player who's done so well as Scunthorpe have settled down in the second division. The referee's taking a long time over it. It's a severe talking to, which errs on the side of perhaps a yellow card at worst.
Payton's clear. Have a look. Dawson's last defender. That is a sending off.
Well, it's incredible because he hasn't even been booked. Well, that is unbelievable.
I have to say, Rob, Payton's boring down on goal.
Well, a very charitable view of it taken by the referee. And hit by Cook, good save by the goalkeeper.
Smashing save from Perez. His body's in front of him, he's down low.
Now Armstrong. Flick on by Branch. Cleared by Wilcox, but Branch is there again. An excellent pressure from Burnley so far. Great play this is from Graham Branch.
Yeah, good play from Branch. He has got tricky footwork. Eventually he runs into Wilcox. He's got a runner there, decides to go on his own. Takes on the last man, overcomes Wilcox, just gets past him but can't get his foot right round the ball.
A year ago, Graham Branch was playing in the first division with Stockport. It was a very short-lived stay. Good header on by Marcelo. Power! And right against the run of play, Scunthorpe on a rare break have caused a real stunner for Sports 1 Monday. Coverage starting at 7:30. Here's Ipoa, scorer of the only goal so far, setting up Marcel this time, and the goalkeeper let it go, and he had to recover to get there and knock it away from Hodges. This is Cook. Little. Payton. Davis has gone up on the outside of him. It's Steve Davis. Cleared only to Mickey Mellon. Cook. Little looking to curl one into Payton! Great save!
Oh, what a save this is. What a save. Good build-up from Burnley.
Here's Cook. And again the goalkeeper comes, and that time he almost got caught out.
Tell you what, Rob, this is dangerous. He's hurt. Davis is hurt badly. Perez has smashed into him after making a truly magnificent save. I don't fear for Perez too much. I think Davis is in trouble. It's a brave header, this is. Good ball again from Cook. Watch Davis get the touch now. Bang! Off balance. Davis absolutely floored. Poleaxed here. Let's hope he's okay.
Armstrong's free kick. Here's Graham Branch. Cook has called Armstrong across to assist with this free kick. And it's Cook who delivers to Payton! And this time Perez couldn't thwart him and had to stand and watch it float in as Burnley draw level.
Well, the goalkeeper's no chance with this. Again, a beautiful delivery from Paul Cook.
Walker, Thomas. Calvo Garcia to Walker. Here's Harsley. Calvo Garcia, this is good build-up from Scunthorpe. Epoa. Oh, a lovely weighted ball through to Clint Marcel! Oh, they are so unlucky. What a wonderful goal that would have been. And they've got on with the free kick quickly. It's Glenn Little.
Epoa's got to be careful, Robbie. He was slaughtering the referee there.
Well, it looks as though Burnley are about to gamble on going for the win. Andy Cook is preparing to come on at any moment. Little here has fed Mullin. Can he go all the way?
Unlucky Mullin. Good little dummy there.
Now Weller. Andy Cook and Little are advancing to the penalty area, and Payton has gone to join them now, along with Mullin. Burnley having to gamble if they are to achieve this win that will lift them up to second place in the table, but always fearful of a Scunthorpe break, especially with the power of this man, Epoa, who's got Marcel up alongside him, and he really has powered his way through! A great demonstration of the strength of Guy Epoa, and Scunthorpe may yet have stolen it!
Gets past Davis, comes inside. The goalkeeper, to be fair, is unsighted, but he just lifts it over the goalie's head. That is brilliant, that is meant. It's not a bobble, and that's the winner. Simple as that. Super.
We'll talk about character in football clubs, and I guess if you're going away from home and you get something out of it, a ground like Millwall's, the New Den, is a place where players show character.
That was a 1-1 draw, wasn't it, Millwall? Yeah. We went down there last year 1-2-1, and we got in front. Andy Cook scored a header from a set play corner, and it's a game we could have won, really. But nevertheless, it's still a good point. Millwall, in my view, will be there or thereabouts this season, I would have thought.
And this is where they will be a threat. Cook's delivery. Head up, 1-0. It was on the cards that they were going to be a threat from a corner, and the corner of the delivery of Cook was so good. And there was the header. I'm still waiting to be confirmed who it is. I think it's Andy Cook. Shaw being climbed all over, playing on advantage, says the referee. I felt couldn't take it any straight, but still got there. Still Paul Eiffel. Tries to chip it up. Falls in the area. Goal! Timmy Cahill! Paul Eiffel makes it. Delivers it into the area, and Timmy Cahill is that man of the moment to get in the area to score his 5th goal of the season.
Cambridge United is struggling a bit at the bottom of the table, but they've not got a bad home record, and you went there and won 1-0.
Yeah, we won well. We were strong that evening, and Cookie scored, and I don't think they had a shot at our goal of any consequence, to be fair. We won that one quite well, although it was 1-0.
started a very good run for you, where the important thing was you weren't conceding goals. How hard have you worked defensively on what's been going on this season?
Well, we work hard on everything, you know, but I mean, it is important that you try and have a clean sheet, or maybe one against, that's all, because, you know, we do, as I've already commented on, we do have a facility to score goals.
Bristol City, home, 2-0, another nice one.
Yeah, we beat them well. You know, it was a tough match down there, no goals. They came back here, they had a good side, but we, again, you know, we played well and we beat them comfortably.
In the Nationwide League Division 2, Burnley 0, Bristol City 0. Brennan down that left-hand side stabs the ball in, left by Paul Cook, and here's Steve Davis to mop it up at the back. He's not only mopping it up, he's coming forward on one of those tantalising runs of his. And now Andy Cook. Cross comes in from Cook, the back of Andy Payton, but a great move by the Clarets. It just didn't come off as John Rose picks it up for Mullin. Mullin squares here for Paul Cook. Paul Cook trying one, good effort, and what a goal from Paul Cook. A tremendous shot, hit hard, hit low. It's Burnley 1, Bristol City 0.
It just goes to show you, David, you can't back off too much. He got it, everyone seemed to be marked up in the defence, so I thought, right, I'm going to have a dip. And did he just strike that perfectly? Right into the left-hand side of the goalkeeper. Wonderful strike.
Good ball that finds Lenny John Rose on this near side for Burnley. Old Cook. Payton, back for Little. Little turns. Oh, he's trying to shot. Oh, it's a good effort too, Glenn Little again. Way outside the Bristol penalty area, and the goalkeeper.
You watch on the next attack. Seems to be the game plan. I'm not sure that I'd be happy with it.
We're just watching closely with what's going on here, and but as you see, Beadle plays it up here for Jones. Jones turns well, and Jones with a chance on here. Oh, and it's drags his shot. This is Clarets' 6th corner as Cook weighs it in. Payton! Oh, he clipped the woodwork, and Andy Payton looking again for another goal, but Paul Cook again the provider. Scott Murray collides with Lenny John Rose. Carl Hutchins manages to spread it for Brennan on the far side for Bristol. Tinian. Good ball to Brennan again on the left-hand side. Brennan crosses in. Oh! That was Beadle from 6 yards, and really that should have been the equaliser.
Quite right, David.
Tinian hammers it in. Cleared off, cleared as it is. Scott Murray can't get a foot to it. Scott Murray tries to chip it. It's the back of Cook. Bit of a scramble going on in the Burnley penalty area. Again beaten down by Mullen as that shot came in from Tinian. Headed out by Steve Davis of Burnley. Here's Andy Payton. Nice square ball. Now this could be interesting. The chance on for John Mullen. Great ball from Cook, and Mullen shoots! And safe from Phillips at the near post. Good effort, and a good ball from Cook. Just in that centre circle there. Is it outside? Perhaps it's a wee bit outside. Paul Cook agrees with me. Down to the left-hand side. Paul Smith stabs it in for Cook. Cook holds it up. Lays it off for Smith. Smith forward for Payton. Payton, and a shot here! Oh, what a goal! What a great goal from Andy Cook. And that should seal it. A nice, well-played shot from Andy Cook. Great interchanging play from Payton, from Paul Cook, and all the rest of it. You've seen another classic goal here at Turf Moor.
The first goal was a classic, David, but that was as well.
It's going to be Scott Murray, who won the corner to take the corner. Near post. Headed away by Paul Smith, that time for Burnley. And Scott Murray again here. Carl Hutchins. Oh, it's a good ball in the end. Over the top, perhaps. Well, I think he was more surprised to receive the ball from 7 yards. He tried to lob Paul Crichton from there.
Looking at the table, although we won today, it's still very tight at the top there. Wigan unbeaten again, and Preston up there as well, the local rivals.
See, the good thing is if you win, you come off and you genuinely don't really have to look around, you know, the league too much. But you'll find when you lose, like we did against Scunthorpe, you start looking for league tables thinking, have we dropped, have we dropped?
Yeah.
But if we continue doing what we're doing, you know, which is being, you know, quite sort of successful at home, picking up points away from home, You know, we're not saying we're going to be promoted or what we're going to do. We're just saying that we'll keep doing our best and we'll see how far that takes us.
When you came to the club last year, did you know really where you was coming? I mean, you did a lot about Burnley, obviously.
Yeah, I knew a bit about Burnley. I knew they were a big club with big support. You know, I didn't realise how much the club meant to the people in the town. You know, that is, as an outsider, you think you have to play before you know that.
Yeah.
And I think the people who come to games will appreciate, especially people who travel away, and see how hard the lads worked at Cambridge, you know, and at Millwall. And
a long way to go, isn't it?
Brilliant. And I think the lads after the game showed an appreciation, you know, and they're appreciating how hard we're working. We know we're not right, we're not perfect, we're not the finished article by any means, but we keep striving to be better than what we are at the minute.
The FA Cup stand, I suppose the fans always like a good FA Cup run. What about yourself? Do you find it a distraction at this stage or not?
No, I think the cup run's important to us. It can breed confidence. Certainly, from a financial point of view, it's important to the club. On the downside, you perhaps playing more games, you run the risk then of more injuries and suspensions due to the bookings and one thing there. But cup run's vitally important to the club.
And you started off with a toughie down at Barnet, 3rd Division, on that sloping pitch at Underhill.
Yeah, well, again, they had one real good chance. And Mitchell should have headed the ball out of play, and the guy got it off him, squared it, and the other chap came in a firm side foot, and Paul made a really good save. Then we went down, and Paul Cook scored the goal, and we won the match. They were top of that division then, but you know, we beat them well, really, on the day.
Slid down that left-hand side to Little. That came off Searle. It'll be a Burnley corner. Burnley's 3rd of the game. Barnet yet to win one. Here's Little. Paul Cook. Oh, it's gone in!
Well, we said he had a wonderful left foot, and that is an incredible strike from Paul Cook.
And then came home and played against Wrexham, and a thumping good victory for you, which everybody must have enjoyed.
Well, you know, we've been playing well, and we've been creating a lot of chances. Against Wrexham, it took us 43, 44 minutes to get the breakthrough just before half-time. And Johnny Mullen got in, took his goal well, and in the second half we went out and we converted a lot of the chances we created, so we ran out 5 and it could have been more. We played particularly well that evening.
What sort of boost does that give everybody when you put in that sort of scoreline? After you've been playing well and eventually you convert your chances?
It gives you a big lift. It gives you a big lift, you know, because we do create chances. And on that particular night they went in.
It's certainly a dangerous ball in.
So the minutes ticking away to half-time. November the 2nd with the ball played in. Now a chance on here for Mullen. Can he beat the goalkeeper? And yes, what a goal! John Mullen scored for Burnley.
Well, what a cracking goal. They beat the offside trap there. What is it, 42 minutes? I said it's a manager's dream to score 39 to 43 minutes, so that's tremendous.
It's McGregor now with the throw-in for the Robins. Steve Roberts. Ball played back to McGregor. Mitchell Thomas with just a little nudge and a challenge. Now Mickey Mellon again, and there's a bit of space for the former Blackpool player. Mickey Mellon still going, the goalkeeper out. Oh, what a goal! Mickey Mellon, what a corker! Superb stuff from Turf Moor. Burnley 2, Wrexham 0. Ball played across. Thomas again with the header. Mullen clears it long for Burnley into the night air. Oh, down he goes again. He's certainly taken his fair share of stick tonight. In fact, that time it was Glenn Little. And a free kick.
Well, I think he's trying to make his mark on Glenn there, you know, and obviously looked at him at half-time and had a few words from the manager and said, well, if you can try and sort him out, let's sort him out by fair meals or foul there. And at that time it was by foul means.
Here's Mullen, left-hand side for the Clarets. The ball to the back post. The goalkeeper's struggling, and another goal for Burnley. Glenn Little gets the third for Burnley. It's absolutely wonderful.
Well, big Glenn Little there, charging at the far post. Got himself wrapped up in the back of the net. The linesman on this side for once has given us a corner, which is most unusual for him. So Burnley once again piling the pressure on here, Dave.
Yes, certainly good to watch. Thomas gets there with the header. Oh, Mullen gets another one, and that's 4 for Burnley. Marvellous, absolutely marvellous.
By any stretch of the imagination.
Because when your side's attacking most of the game, you've got to sort of keep your concentration when Wrexham do come forward, and they have come forward on numerous occasions. And he has been on top form, Paul Crichton, really, ever since he joined Burnley last year. Here's Graham Branch, just turns, and a run, likes to run. There's Graham Branch at the defences. And one for Lee on that far side. Crosses in first time. Oh, Davies. Oh, goal! Hey, Graham Branch!
Well, would you believe it? A superb cross from Alan Lee there. And Graham Branch dived in, a foot off the ground, and it flies in by the net. Well, I predicted 2-0, but when the third one went in, we said it could be 4 or 5. And it certainly is 5.
I mean, you took no prisoners, you just went on, you steamrolled Wrexham, no sympathy, no sentiment, and that's the way it has to be, hasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's we've got to be scoring goals, we've got to be getting our goal difference up, and that's what we did tonight, so we're well happy.
Slightly unusual for the main men, so the striking force of Andy Cook and Andy Payton didn't get on the score sheet, and Andy missed the, what we could term as a sitter at the end, but he worked hard, didn't he?
Yeah, he's worked very hard. I mean, to be fair, like, I think it could, in a funny sort of way, come as a bit of relief to them that they don't have to be scoring every week for us to win games.
Yeah.
We scored goals from all over the pitch tonight, which was pleasing.
Yeah. So the cup is a bonus. We did it against Barnet under very severe conditions. What was it like down there? Was it easy?
Oh, it was before the game we knew it was going to be like. It was a bumpy pitch. Conditions weren't great, and the whole thing was just wasn't what we were used to. But we went down there and we done a very professional job, and that's what we did, and come back with getting it an next round of the cup.
Then you went away to Luton Town, unfortunately lost to Luton by 2 goals. It was a tight game, though.
It was a very tight game, and we gave the second goal was a poor goal to give away. They scored, we went back down, scored a nice goal, Andy Cook, off Glenn's cross, and they went down and they got a one on the near post, which was a poor goal from our point of view. Then right at the end of the game, the keeper made a fantastic save from Steve Davis' header. But we finished up losing the game 2-1, which was very satisfactory, that one.
Another local derby then, was home against Blackpool, and always a passionate affair.
Well, again, they're always tough matches, derby matches. We penned Blackpool back for most of that game, and we got a break late on in the game.
I agree with that, David, and I think Kevin Keegan spoke well after the match, although Brown did too. I like the manager, Brown. Yeah, now, he looks a nice chap who knows what he's on about, but I thought we had the quality, whereas they were more effort than Quartet. Hand over for the free kick.
Davis hammers it. Oh, what a shot from Steve Davis. Hammered the woodwork, and it didn't and wouldn't go in.
The catch
captain is Gordon Armstrong over on that far side for Burnley. 6 minutes gone here, still no goals, but a cracking shot from the Burnley centre-back Steve Davis to be denied by the woodwork once again. Armstrong in for Cook. He's got Walcott screaming fit on that left-hand side. Now a chance for Andy Cook! Oh, it's been saved by the keeper. Cook looked on to give Burnley possibly their first goal, but no. West crosses in. Payton! And a header from Payton just wide. It's all good stuff here, but still no goals. Paul Cook then, Armstrong. Left back row for him this afternoon. Little. And Andy Cooks finds himself wide on the left wing again. Armstrong's first time ball in. Little takes it. Great control from Little. Paul Cook here sprays it in for West. Dean West. Now can he get there? Oh! Little's header. And Tony Kay just collected it on the line. Did he get the right amount of what he wanted to get on it, Terry? That's what I'm thinking.
Just a look at Ray Ternent, and he's just said perhaps might take John Mullen or Mickey Mellon off, and it's Jenny quick, and it's in! Oh! I thought for one awful split second, David, it was in, because we were still lining up the wall and arguing who was going to mark who, and he just thought, right, I'm going to have a blast.
Field of play, the battle which has been going on, nobody's managed to unlock it yet. And Blackpool in possession. Boyd. 23.5 minutes. And Payton's on here. Andy Payton. Can he do something? A one-on-one? Perhaps. It's not easy. It's not easy. A shot from Payton. Oh, and a brilliant save from Tony Kay. Must be said, Payton drilled that one in, beat his man, and denied by the keeper, Terry. Let's have the throw-in then from it's the half-hour mark in the second half, as Burnley still in possession in the visitors' half. Team West. Little does well, goes round his man. Oh, what's that? A good one. Payton, can he get? He can't turn. A chance here for Mellon. Oh, what a goal, Mickey Mellon! What a cracker! He's done it against his old club.
What did I tell you? What would Mickey Mellon give for a goal against Blackpool? Great chest down there, edge of the box. Andy Payton, you thought you were going to turn, he couldn't turn. Chests it down, gives it back to him, rockets it into the net. 1-0. I'd like to say 1-0 and good night.
Stan, another 3 points. Were you satisfied with the display?
Yes, I was. I thought we kept our shape, our balance. We done particularly well. All credit to the players. It was a difficult game. Derby matches often are. Blackpool were very good, but the players showed great patience. And at the end of the day, we got a fantastic goal from Michael. We created numerous chances, and the goalkeeper played particularly well for them. But all in all, it was a justified win, I felt.
How did it feel scoring against your old club?
Yeah, it was nice. It's always nice to score. I mean, they gave me a lot of stick. For what reason, I don't really know. They just seem to always slaughter me all the time. But I was just pleased to get on the score sheet, to be honest.
Yeah, is it your third goal of the season, that?
Yeah.
At Blackpool, you sort of a stamp of your player was firing goals in from there, and it's not really been happening this season.
No.
Is it the style of play?
Well,
we've
changed the manager's changed the style of play. We went from 5 at the back to sort of 4-4-2. It suits me better. I'm playing more of a central, so I'm been able to break onto things, and it's been proved that suits me a lot better because I've got a couple of goals in the last couple of games since I got back in.
Then to the FA Cup again, another third division side, Rotherham, who are going well under Ronnie Moore, and a nice win for you.
Yeah, we played well that day again. Played very well. And it took us a while to get the breakthrough midway through the second half. And Paul Cook hit a nice shot in, and then we had a throw in down on this right-hand side, a little crossover. Johnny Mullen got in and stuck one in the top corner, so that was the end of that.
Yep, Burnley's first corner, and they certainly started quite bright, as I say here. Let's just see if we can get Glenn going this afternoon, and a bit of wing wizardry from him, which is quite likely to happen with this lad.
Little with that corner to the back post. Steve Davis is up, and a good save from Pollitt, just palms it over the bar. And that was on target from the Burnley centre-back there, another corner.
First touch pass in there, and as normal, orchestrated by Paul Cook. And of course Andy Payton there, who's defending right from the front there. A great win back.
Little finds Paul Cook, he's going to just float one in, and a nice effort from Paul Cook, who decided to place it over by that far post, a whisker away from the Burnley midfielder. And just to remind you that the Clarets have an important away fixture down at Reading. I believe it's midweek, I think it's a Wednesday evening, so that's another important league match for Burnley. But meantime, it's the cup here, and Burnley so desperately to get this goal. Payton, and will it go in? No, it won't go in. Andy Payton had a one, maybe two, three stabs at that one. Defender cleared it from the line, and I hope it's not going to be one of those afternoons. Little crosses in, it bashes against Payton's shins as Rotherham have this free kick. Far side, Steve Thompson, as always, to take it, fires it in. Davies fires it out for Burnley. Only as far as Verity, and now magic midfielder Paul Cook, Andy Payton, can he get there? Payton! And a good save from Pollitt again, and Andy Payton's denied by the Rotherham keeper. Yeah, we saw Cyril Knowles put Frank out of the game once. We also saw Norman Hunter at Leeds do it, but a great shot there, just over the top. That came in from Kevin Watson, and it wasn't too far away. It's Mickey Mellon just to pick the ball up here. Centre midfield role, plays it wide, but again, the white shirts are in. Little's here for the Claret and Blue. And Cook does well, brilliant cross from Cook! Oh, what a superb cross. Perhaps a header straight at the keeper. I don't think Pollitt could believe it, but Thomas, either wing. Leighton James, as you say, was another. And the Clarets in possession with Paul Cook, one left foot, Paul Cook. Armstrong plays it on to Little, now operating left side for the Clarets. Twist and turn from Glenn, still Glenn Little. He's a good one, and watch it go. Bang! Oh, John Mullen! Oh, it's gone wide again, goodness me. What on earth had happening there? Mullen from very short area again, managed to hit the post in the FA Cup. Burnley will have to be careful with this because they're good hitters on the break, of course. It's Little on that far side for the Clarets. Oh, he does well, does Glenn Little. He's had so much time on that right-hand side. Header! Hit the bar with Mellon. And the ball goes wide with Payton. Good grief. A chance here, perhaps, to settle this score. And remarkably, Paul Cook. Oh, what a goal! Paul Cook does it again with the left foot.
Well, Paul Cook from a full 30 yards out, rather than in the back of the... Well, that is just deserved. I mean, it might have took a ricochet off someone there, Dave, but I couldn't see who it was, but he certainly struck it well enough that deserved the goal. And the goalkeeper's been Paul Cook, that trusty left foot.
Well, that's the sweet left foot of Paul. We know about him. He just thought, I'll have a pop here, and he just did right.
And the football's been superb this afternoon, Burnley. I mean, I think the class difference showed between the divisions there, that how far Burnley have come in this last few months. And like I say, they're working their socks off for each other once again, and right from the front to the back here.
And Burnley mounting another attack on that far side. They have a throw-in. They're coming up to the half-hour mark in the second half here. Burnley 1. Oh! Oh, what a goal! John Mullen 2. Well, what can we say? 29 minutes in the second half. John Mullen makes it. Burnley 2, Rotherham 0.
Well, a cracking goal from John Mullen there. Throw in from the right, put at the edge of the box, and he, from the outside of his right foot, flashed a shot straight in the top corner there.
Graham Branch. Andy Cook there controlling the ball well. Payton again still running and running for the Clarets. Little. Still Glenn Little, is he? Is he? No, he's not. He's going to leave it to Andy Payton. Shot from him. Oh, and a good save again from Pollitt, the keeper. He's certainly been on form, the Rotherham goalkeeper.
0-0 away from home, we'll always be fairly happy with that, I suppose.
Where were we at?
You were at Reading.
Oh, Reading, aye, well, we didn't play well. We were rubbish. We were rubbish by our standards that night. And we were off the pace altogether. Although in saying that, that really was a slip-up match. That's a game we should have been expected to win and should have won.
One of those game local derbies, and you were bang on top of this game at one stage, weren't you?
Well, we murdered them in the first half. We were 5,500 of our fans there. It was a fantastic atmosphere, and we went into a lead, the first real attack, and they equalised, and so we were rather disappointed. One each at half time. That's how the game finished. They had a couple of chances in the second half. Barlow had a good chance, he got through, missed a goal. And we had a couple of chances. Right at the end, Alan Lee had a really good chance. Although there wasn't a lot on the cross, and he hit the keeper with it. Anyhow, we came away one each, and we did play well that day.
And Mellon, is he going to take it? No, Armstrong takes it, right-hand side for Little. Little likes to run, an early cross from Little, and a header from, well, John Mullen, wide at that far post. He rose well, but the header off targets to it. And McGivern just getting the head, just in ahead of Roy Carroll, the Wigan keeper. So constant Burnley pressure as Paul Cook, that is, to the back post. Carroll gets a fist to it. Little crosses in again, on the line, and a goal. Andy Payton has scored for Burnley on 16.5 minutes. The pressure has been coming, and it's finally... Burnley could not afford to have that lifestyle and the type of players who, in all fairness, weren't giving their 100% at the time. So that's an era which was not really on one of Burnley fans' favourite sort of calendars. And Cook here hammers one in, just wide of the upright. Roy Carroll just looked at that one, but it was going wide.
40 minutes, Burnley have bossed this match. Wigan haven't really been in it. Burnley deservedly one goal to the good. This is Barlow trying to put the ball in. Kilford, it may be to Simon Hahn! And Simon Hahn has brought the Latics back on level terms. This is O'Neill. He feeds Andy Little on this near side. Little looks to get around the outside. Little drives into near post. Thomas with a touch. It may break to Howard. Crichton gets there ahead of the Wigan striker. Danger not over. Sheridan. Andy Cook up with Ali and Dazoo. Now Simon Howard. Chance here for Wigan. Howard feeds into Stuart Barlow. He's one-on-one with Armstrong. Barlow still going Stuart Barlow. Barlow shoots. Crichton gets down to it. Barlow didn't begin to get hold of that shot. He's way overhit. McGivern stretching with Andy Cook. McGivern does well to find his goalkeeper, and Carroll likewise with the clearance. Little, what a great touch that is. Now Simon Howard. Barlow through the centre. Great ball chance here for Stuart Barlow. Barlow, can he finish? Oh, he's put it wide. Oh, what a golden opportunity for Wigan Athletics. Stuart Barlow. Howard drives into a Burnley man, and eventually it can be cleared. And now's a chance here for Glenn Little. Scott Green's tugging at his shirt. Both players 50-50 at the moment. Glenn Little looking to get into the area. He's gone past Green. He's still going. Clips it to the far post. Lever Payton, who couldn't get the touch. Agonisingly over the head of the Burnley striker. How close was that?
Well, if Andy Payton had been 6 foot or 7 foot, perhaps he'd have got that one, but Little did well to break from his marker. A bit of a tug in, a 6 or 1.5 does the other. He got to the byline, put it across, and just a fraction away from little Andy Payton, who was looking there for his second goal. And this is the man that can cause the problems for Burnley. Little's cross. Is it too long? Is it too deep? No, it's not. It's a corner on that far side for Burnley, and Wigan now find a little bit of defending to do for them here in this second half.
Thwarting the substitute on the far side. The referee takes one look at the watch. Does Burnley possibly have one last chance? Lee feeds Andy Payton, and Burnley going to win it to the death. It's put into the area. Lee's header, and Roy Carroll down at his knees almost.
And Wickham at home, you started the season with a 1-1 draw away and 1-1 nil at home.
Well, Wickham have been going particularly well, and we went at our best on Saturday. But nevertheless, we won the match and we got a break in the game. The referee gave them a penalty, and Devine took it and he hit the post and it came out. And all of a sudden the crowd got up and started roaring and bellowing, and we lifted the pace a touch, and Andy Payton got us the goal, and we won the match.
And a quick wipe of the ball with his sleeves. Flick on from Carroll. Gordon Armstrong for the Clarets. Sean Devine, some good play, and that's just wide of, again, the upright, the left-hand upright of Paul Crichton. But early danger there. That was a foul on Andy Cook by Keith Ryan.
To the early meeting turnstiles will James Hargreaves stand, please. That's Dale Grinshaw.
Davis on his Benny Magic run, a left foot power driver. Good effort from Steve Davis, just wide of the left-hand upright of Martin Taylor. 21.5 minutes gone here at the Turf. Clarets 0, the Wanderers 0. That was definitely a case of out. Quickly taken by Mullen. Mellon prods it forward here for Andy Cook. He controls it well on his chest as the referee. And Payton here, what's he going to do? Crossing here on the 18-yard area. He's in there. A shot from Payton. My word, a good effort from Andy Payton.
Jocelyn has just made himself a bit of a clown, I think, on the turf. Anyway, on with the proper game.
Well played in again, and here's a shot. Good effort too. That came in from Sean Devine. He's been looking for a shot. It's his second or third attempt on goal for Wickham Wanderers, but straight into the arms of Paul Crichton. Out comes Taylor, he gives it a good kick. Clarets have a throw-in on this left-hand side. It's Glenn Little who all sorts of tricks up his sleeve on this left wing now. Great play from Little. Good cross, and into the path of Cook! And he couldn't get the ball into the back of the net from 6 yards. And the ball goes out for a goal kick. My, this thing's going on in the second half, and Burnley can't put their foot on it. Mitchell Thomas and Gordon Armstrong is the only two playing at the moment. And Thomas thinks, well, I'll give it back again. Armstrong up for Payton. Payton can't control again. It's very difficult. Ablett right behind him, of course. Long ball in. Oh, collision course. Oh, no. I don't believe it. I would say that was a collision and not a foul.
Well, you're very definite, David. I'm not so definite. It pushed the ball past him. The debating point to me is not the fact that he made contact. Was there intent? I think there's half the intent there.
So Sean Devine looking for his 13th goal of this campaign against Burnley's Paul Crichton. Controversial circumstances, perhaps. Oh, he's missed! And that was justice, in my opinion. That has really spurred the Clarets supporters on. And a chance on for Payton. And Cousins gets the ball away from Andy Payton. So another substitute for Burnley about to unfold. Alan Lee, it looks like, from our vantage point here at Turf Moor. Who's coming off? Well, it must be striker for a strike as the ball hammered in there. Branch gets up with a header. Payton! A goal! Andy Payton! The Padiham Predator turns round and hits the ball past Martin Taylor. Burnley 1, Wickham 0.
Andy Payton, yet again, he's come to the rescue late on, and Alan Lee might just have gone and sat down at that incident. And the ball went through the legs, didn't it, David? But he didn't hit it with stunning power, but he just enough on the ball just to take it clear of the keeper. As you said, the most important part about that is Andy Payton scores, Burnley 1, Wickham 0.
It's going to be Dave Carroll to take it on that far side. Mellon's in there. Ablett gives it back for Carroll. Carroll hammers it into the back post. And somehow again Burnley managed to clear a thunderbolt which goes wide of Paul Crichton's left hand upright, but obviously an awkwardly bouncing ball which bounced wide.
Yeah, but a lovely bit of skill, David, where he flicked it over, wasn't it? I'll tell you what, it's going to be mighty frustrated and nerve-wracking in these last 3 or 4 minutes with the just defending, if you will, a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, it's going to be tight. The ball back with Paul Cook, and he launches it in. Header from Jepson in for Payton. Laid off, and a chance! Oh, and a good save. My word, that was a great shot from Lenny John Rose and a great save from Martin Taylor.
What's been the difference between last season and this season? Because the squad isn't that different.
The squad isn't different now. We've just been together a bit longer now. I've moved quite a few players out since I came to the club, so that was last season. I brought a few in, and we've had a more settled team. Dressing room and around the place, football-wise, is a lot better than what it was, without going into too much detail about that. And I've got better players at the club, the camaraderie, the team spirit, and I've had a reasonably settled side. And it's a strong squad, so... and we have a desire and a will, and we've had a little rub of the green. But to be fair, the last 11 games of last season, I think we won 6, drew 5. This season we've played 20 and lost 3, so in over 30 games we've only lost 3 matches, league matches. So it's an ongoing, it's been an ongoing thing. And the more we're together and the more we practice, the luckier we become.
Do you feel you've been a little bit lucky with injuries up to now? Because you have been able, by and large, to... There are quite a few players who are ever present, aren't there?
I don't think I've been lucky with injuries at all. I think the fitter you are, the less likely you are to be injured. I think you make your own luck.
What about the goalkeeper? Because everybody's saying he's had a really good season.
Well, he's improved a lot, Paul. Now he plays on confidence, his kicking's improved, he comes across, and he's always been a good goalkeeper. That had perhaps a little bit of a iffy start. But in fairness to Paul, he wasn't given a lot of protection, you know, with some of the players who were here. But now with Mitchell and Steve, Gordon Armstrong, Westy, you know, I mean, that's, there's Chris Brass, you know, there's Peter Swan, there's plenty of players that can play in those back positions. The side's a lot stronger now, you know, and we play more as a team now. And of course, if you win a game or two, then the confidence is an important thing in football. And perhaps the early part of last season, our players, I felt, were afraid to play on turf. So now they look forward to it.
Looking at the club as a whole, I mean, everything is looking great off the field, looking good on the field as well. You got a big boost last season when you were backed by the chairman there, and your relationship with him is obviously crucial to the club, but the club is going in the right direction in all ways, isn't it?
Well, the relationship with the chairman's good. He's a good guy, and I get on well with him. Last season, it was the press who was saying, oh, we changed the job, we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll get somebody else. And nobody come to the club before. What I inherited was a jar of worms. 4 different managers or whatever it was. Players who, in my view, weren't good enough to play for Burnley Football Club. So I said about doing it, and I told them that right from the word go. So I cleared the lot out. It took me to do it now. But it's been done. And I brought my own players in. I made a statement at Fulham. We lost 4-0, it was men against boys. This time last year, I was embarrassed. And I said that this isn't my team. And it wasn't. This is my team. So these are my players. Now. Judge me now. And judge me from when I got rid of what I call the dross, if that's not being rude, and bringing proper players in. And that's what I said about doing. So, the most important thing in any football club are the players. The commercial side, they live off the players' backs. I live like a leech off players' backs. We're as good, bad, or as indifferent as players. They're the most important single thing at a football club. Followed closely, very, very closely, by supporters. And we give them something to shout about, they'll come and support us. And that's what's happening. Then the commercial side can get up and running, chairman's happy, his board of directors are happy, I'm happy, so we've got a happy situation. Everything in the garden's rosy at the moment. But it makes a big change from how it was. And it was very difficult for the chairman when he came at first, because he inherited a lot of problems, not least the team. In me, he probably classes me as a problem sometimes, but we're getting there, and by no means a complete article. You know, we have to get stronger and stronger, and we all progress together. But at the moment, we're doing okay.
I'm not going to ask you for any predictions. What I will ask you, though, is that for the year 2000, for your New Year's wish, apart from a couple of £1 million in the transfer kitty, perhaps, what would you most like? What would be the one thing you would most like, which would help you to get promotion for Burnley Football Club?
90 points. Health is the most important thing. Enjoying what you do, and your family's all right, and things like that. Those are the most important things in anyone's life. Certainly in mine they are. But I would like for Burnley Football Club to get enough points that if we were doing this next year, and I was fortunate enough still to be here, that we would be in the first division. That's the object of the exercise. But we've come a long way in a short time. There's no reason why we can't maintain a progress.
So things going very well indeed on the field just at the moment. Let's hope Burnley can continue it and get up into Division 1, where every Burnley supporter, of course, thinks the club should be. It's going well off the field as well, isn't it? There's the sports centre over at the back there, and also the cafe bar. Jimmy McElroy coming back to full health, which is nice to see. Bobby Seath getting his winner's medal from the 59-60 championship winning side. And 40 years on, I wonder if Burnley can come top of the league once again in Division 1, even although it's not quite the top level. Things going well. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope you've enjoyed hearing from Stan Ternent as well. Bye-bye.
John Road.
Oh, yes!
Yes! What a goal!
Payton,
A hat-trick!
shot, yeah!
Oh, what a goal! What a great goal! A chance here for Mellon! Oh!